At the age of 9, I witnessed my mother and older brother murdering my sister in front of me. Work anyway.
Oh, all right. I'm here at the 2nd Avenue station. It's 11:30 or something like that. And I'm here with, what's your name?
My name is Sabrina.
Sabrina? All right. What brings you? You said you just got off work. What do you
Yes.
do?
I actually work at the Indigo Hotel. I'm a fire safety director, new to the field, and I love this area.
Okay, so why do you like the LES?
It's diversity of people. I like their style, and people are very friendly in the neighborhood, and including you. I will add this, if you don't mind. A nice gentleman paid for me to have a ride tonight home, and I appreciate that. God bless you.
You know, it's actually like there's so many friendly people in the city, and kind of the reason I'm doing this too is just to show everybody that all New Yorkers are pretty much the same. You know, a little bit of minor differences here and there. We're all just trying to get by.
That's true.
You pay it forward. Tomorrow you'll do the same thing.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
Fire safety. I gotta ask, how did you get into fire safety?
Well, actually, during the pandemic, I was unemployed.
Okay.
I had gotten corona from working in a shelter, my job. And so that unemployment came handy. So I took that money and I paid for my fire safety director with radiant training, and I passed my tests and all. So I'm just waiting to get my experience and also my certification with the New York City Fire Department.
And, okay, it sounds extremely intense. So I gotta know, what's like the most difficult part of your job?
Well, the Indigo Hotel, which is right here in 2nd Avenue, is pretty cool, pretty laid back. My job is to make sure that all the hotel guests is safe and the building does not catch on fire.
And so I guess that's just difficult in itself.
It's not difficult. That's what I like to do, help people and save lives.
Okay, excellent, excellent. And so what brought you in the city, you know, in the first place? Were you from Jersey, or you just...
Well, I live in the Bronx, and when I went to apply for the job, this was the hotel that had an opening, so that's why I wind up on 2nd Avenue.
Excellent. So would you say you're just like happy-go-lucky person in general? You take opportunities as they come, or was this very much I don't know, just barely apply?
Well, no, because I wanted a career change from working in the shelter as a security guard in a family shelter. And listen, when the opening came, and the difficult part about this position was a lot of the companies, the security companies, will not hire you unless you have the experience.
Okay.
So global security company gave me an opportunity to work on my Z89 to get my experience as a fire safety director.
Excellent.
Yes.
So how'd you get into the security industry in the first place?
Well, I did a lot of healthcare, like home health aid. I've worked in a nursing home, and I wanted a career change. A career change with better pay.
Yeah. Is there like a reason behind it? Do you have kids? Do you have a family you're supporting?
Oh,
too, or
yes.
Are you just by yourself?
No. Believe me, I'm 51, and I'm a mother of 7.
Mother of 7?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, all right. Talk me through that. Talk me through that. What was it like to, have the first one and then decide I'm going to do this 6 more times?
Well, I was married for 15 years to my husband. Unfortunately, he was an adulteress. We wound up getting divorced. So as a single mom, I had to do what I had to do to support my children.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be on government assistance supporting my children. So I'm very independent and sufficient.
Yeah.
So I find jobs.
What was the divorce process like? It must have been extremely painful. Do you remember anything about it?
All I can say, I won't go into details. He was a joker, and he tried to get over in the city. First of all, I was married to a New York City teacher, and the way the divorce was, it was very ugly. He wound up getting extramarital child within the marriage while we were together. So that was a battle in itself. Then the child support, then the this and the that, and the visitation. It was hard.
God, that must have been horrible.
Yes.
Do you remember, perhaps the first time that you found out that he was doing that, and what the emotions were going through your head?
Oh yeah. I was very devastated because we've been together for 15 years, and we had so many children together. And the way I found out, him working in the teaching field, it was kind of clever because this woman kept calling my house.
Yeah.
And so one day I just picked up the phone and asked her who she was. And of course she lied. She told me she was a parent of one of the students.
Yeah.
And it went further than that.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
That makes sense. So usually one of the questions I like to ask when I do this is, what's your greatest struggle? But it kind of sounds like we might have already uncovered it. So I'll switch it up and I'll say, what has been your greatest triumph in life? When have you felt on top of the world?
Oh, well, I'm never on top. I'll call myself a survivor.
Okay, survivor.
Survivor.
I know you kind of been explaining, you switched the job, I know you've been through the divorce. How else would you describe yourself as a survivor? Why do you say that?
Well, the divorce, and to take it a step further, I'm also a victim of child abuse.
Oh my God.
And unfortunately, my story made worldwide news, and it's very emotional.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, I'll tell you since you asked. My brother and I, we grew up in an abusive home.
Yeah.
And at the age of 9, I witnessed my mother and older brother murdering my sister in front of me.
Murder your sister in front of you?
Yeah, my younger sister. And she was able to conceal the body in the closet for 20 years.
Oh my God.
Our story made worldwide news, as I said. We were interviewed by 2020, Cold Case Files, etc.
Oh my God.
And I'm also an author of a book that me and my brother wrote to tell our story.
Yeah.
It's called Family Skeleton.
Oh, yeah, no, apt title, very apt title.
And my name, if anyone is interested in reading our book, it's called Family Skeleton. My name at the time was Sabrina Carmichael Yao.
Okay. When you found out, so you watched that happen, there must have been part of you that, you have your family and you want to protect your mother, right? But then at the same time, you saw your sister killed, right?
Yeah.
What were the emotions behind that? You must have wanted to go to the police, but also not run.
Well, at the age of 9 and, growing up in an abusive home, I was very scared because me and my brother, I'm sorry to say, we were getting beat literally every day. And we were abused ourselves. So it was very scary. And, I just thank God that through all life triumphs, I'm still here. I'm trying, I could have been a drug addict, a mom on drugs, not be able to take care of my children, or locked away in an institution. And thank God, by the grace of God, I'm here to talk to you.
Absolutely.
And maintain. So I'm proud of myself and my brother as well, Andre Carmichael.
Absolutely. I mean, you have so much reason to be proud of yourself.
Yes.
I'm standing here thinking I've accomplished things that I'm nowhere close. Close. So if you had advice that you wanted to give to people that may be in that same situation now, what would you say to them?
Well, my advice from my experience, family secrets are deep and dark, and no matter what it is, find encouragement to bring your story out, because I'm an advocate for child abuse because I grew up as a child abuse survivor. And I don't like child abuse. I hear stories of children being murdered here and there. That's heartbreaking to me because I know what that's like, to witness my sister being murdered at the age of 9. And it's devastating. So you know what? Bring your story out. Don't be ashamed. A lot of, African American people, things happen in the family and we sort of sweep it under the rug. We need to stop doing that and bring our story to the forefront. So maybe somebody like me or somebody else that went through that situation, come forward and speak about it.
Yeah.
So I'm a child abuse advocate because I don't like child abuse.
Absolutely. So when let's say, how did the police finally find out about your sister in the closet?
Okay. Well, I have to back this story up. I kept this secret for a very long time from my mother and older brother. My brother and I, Andre, we had grew up in foster home and separate homes. So it took many years when we became adults and had children of our own. My brother found me. I don't remember what the source, maybe through Facebook or social media, but he found me. And he wanted to know what happened to his sister, which was incredible because he's a twin to the sister that was murdered.
Oh, no.
And this happened to them at the age of 3. So really he had no memory. But
so there's a big 6-year difference between you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of strange but weird, but he kept telling me, sis, I keep having visions and dreams. Was I born with someone?
There it goes.
Yes, as I was saying, he kept having visions and dreams that he was born with somebody, but he wasn't sure. So he thought mentally he was going.
We're getting.
Okay.
I was gonna say, we're getting
listen.
on.
Okay. Listen. Come on in. Come on in. All right.
Here we go. All right. I'll sit here.
Okay.
Sit wherever. You sit next
I'll
to
stand
me.
up.
All right.
So he kept having visions and dreams that he was born with somebody, but wasn't really sure because it happened to him so young. So when he came back to me and started questioning, I had to break the story to him of what happened to his sister and what I witnessed. Then one thing led to another. He went to the Brooklyn DA office, and we both had to tell our story because they didn't believe us. They thought we was making it all up. We crazy.
And you had to keep it a secret for so long.
Yes.
And I'm sure they didn't understand. Like,
Yes. So once they investigated and found birth records that my brother and his twin sister exist, it went on and on. Then the court date, and then finally my mother and brother was arrested, and they were sentenced for murdering my sister.
So can you talk me through the emotions behind that? You must have felt an immense feeling of, great feeling that they had been brought to justice, but at the same time, that's your family.
That's my mom. Yeah, that was my mom. Well, after that, it caused great embarrassment on the family. Getting back to the family, people wanted me to shut up, no talk. But my sister was dead for 20 years. My sister was dead for 20 years. I couldn't hold that secret once Andre came forward.
And so now I think I'm going to be in 2 stops. So I wanted to ask one more question for you. Now you have your 7 kids, right?
Yes.
And you're doing the Lord's work, literally. You're doing as much as you possibly can. Do you have any goals for yourself? Do you see a light at the end of the tunnel where your kids are obviously not going through the same thing that you've gone through? Do you have any goals for them or visions for them in the future?
Well, I have some children. I have some in college. I have some children that's married. And I have one that's actually training for Department of Corrections. So I think I did a pretty good job coming from the background that I had as a child. And my greatest wish for my children, if somebody want to donate me an old house, I'll certainly take it.
Oh my God.
Before I close my eyes, that's my greatest wish. I would like to leave my kids a house, even if it's a fixer-up, and I'll fix it myself.
That sounds like
Yes, so that's my goal, to work hard and hopefully achieve buying a house outside of New York.
That is beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you very much for
Thank
talking
you.
to me. This has been wonderful. I appreciate it.
Business